Welcome to Africa, a land of immense diversity and rich history. Often referred to as the mother continent, Africa is the cradle of human civilization. For over 5 million years, humans and their ancestors have called this vast land home. The origin of the name Africa is widely debated among scholars, with many tracing it to ancient languages. Some believe it stems from the Egyptian word Afru-Ika, meaning motherland, the Greek word Afrike, meaning without cold, or the Latin word Aprica, meaning sunny. As the second largest continent, Africa is bordered by the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean. It is almost equally divided by the equator, giving it a diverse range of climates and ecosystems. Africa's uniqueness lies in its wealth of natural resources, from vast reserves of minerals and oil to fertile lands and abundant wildlife. The continent is a treasure trove of natural riches. Africa's natural resources are not just limited to minerals and oil. The continent is also home to some of the world's most fertile lands and diverse wildlife. This wealth of natural resources has played a significant role in shaping Africa's history and continues to influence its future. Africa is a treasure trove of natural resources, including arable land, water, oil, natural gas, minerals, forests, and wildlife. The continent holds a significant share of the world's natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable. 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 8% of the world's natural gas, 12% of the world's oil reserves, and 40% of the world's gold, up to 90% of the world's chromium and platinum. The largest reserves of cobalt, diamonds, platinum, and uranium. Additionally, Africa possesses 65% of the world's arable land and 10% of the planet's internal renewable freshwater sources. Natural capital accounts for 30 to 50% of total wealth in most African countries. Over 70% of sub-Saharan Africa's population depends on forests and woodlands for their livelihoods. However, unsustainable practices and illegal activities, such as illicit financial flows, illegal mining, logging, wildlife trade, and unregulated fishing, cost Africa an estimated $195 billion annually in lost natural capital. To secure a prosperous future, Africa must harness its resources sustainably, ensuring climate-resilient and results-oriented development. Africa's diverse climates support a wide range of agricultural activities, which are vital to the continent's economy. Tropical wet regions, found along the equator, the Gulf of Guinea, and the east coast of Madagascar, enjoy year-round temperatures of around 27 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees Fahrenheit and heavy rainfall. Key crops in these areas include plantains, pineapples, coffee, cocoa, and oil palms. Savanna regions, covering much of eastern and southern Africa, have cooler temperatures and seasonal rainfall. Important crops here include cassava, peanuts, millet, and sorghum. In the desert regions of northern Africa, including the Sahara and Sahel, extreme temperatures and minimal rainfall are the norm. Date palms and cotton are the key crops in these harsh conditions. Mediterranean regions, found along the northern and southern coasts, experience mild temperatures, dry summers, and rainy winters. Crops in these areas include figs, olives, oranges, and tomatoes. Lastly, the highland regions, such as the Ethiopian highlands and other elevated areas, have cooler climates that support crops like wheat and potatoes. Agriculture employs 2/3 of Africa's workforce and contributes 20 to 60% of each country's GDP. Forestry plays a crucial role in Africa's economy, contributing 6% of the continent's GDP, more than any other region. Central and Western Africa, home to dense rainforests, rely heavily on forestry, which accounts for over 60% of GDP in some areas. High-grade woods, like mahogany and okume, are exported to Japan, Israel, and the EU, used in construction, musical instruments, and even aircraft. However, Africa faces the challenge of balancing economic development with forest conservation. Initiatives like the Central African Forest Commission promote sustainable use of resources, including the Sangha Tri-National Landscape, a rainforest reserve spanning Cameroon, the Central African Republic, and the Republic of the Congo. Fishing, a key source of livelihood. Africa's fishing industry supports over 10 million people and generates $2.7 billion annually in exports. The continent boasts rich marine and inland fisheries, including the Great Lakes and the Nile River. West Africa is one of the world's most productive fishing zones, while countries like Namibia and South Africa export 80 to 90% of their marine catch. Inland fisheries, which account for 2/3 of global freshwater fish production, are vital for local protein intake. Lake Victoria, the world's most productive freshwater fishery, yields over 500,000 tons of fish annually, including the prized Nile perch and tilapia. Africa is a global leader in mineral production, supplying critical resources like gold, diamonds, platinum, and cobalt. In 2008, the continent produced 22% of the world's gold, with South Africa leading the way. Africa also dominates the diamond market, producing 55% of the world's supply. However, the diamond trade has fueled conflicts, leading to the creation of the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme to curb the trade of blood diamonds. Oil and natural gas. Africa is a significant player in the global energy market, producing 12.5% of the world's oil and 6.45% of its natural gas. Nigeria, Libya, Algeria, Egypt, and Angola are the continent's top oil producers. With increasing exploration, many African countries are poised to become first-time producers. Africa's natural resources have fueled the development of major infrastructure projects such as the Aswan Dam in Egypt, which regulates the Nile River and generates vast amounts of electricity. However, poor management and inefficient regulation often hinder progress. Cities like Lagos, Nigeria, and Johannesburg, South Africa, exemplify Africa's rapid growth and challenges. Lagos, a hub for oil and commerce, faces issues like overcrowding and inadequate infrastructure. Johannesburg, built on mining wealth, is now Africa's financial center, but struggles with inequality and urban sprawl. Africa's minerals power the global electronics industry. The Democratic Republic of the Congo supplies 63% of the world's cobalt, essential for smartphone batteries, while Rwanda and the DRC produce half of the world's tantalum, used in electronics. Sustainable development. The path forward. Africa's future depends on the sustainable management of its natural resources. Unsustainable exploitation, population growth, and weak regulations threaten the continent's ecosystems and economies. Addressing these challenges is crucial to ensuring food security, social equity, and environmental health.